Howdy, this is Spyro here, and let me start off saying that somebody's probably recommended you in the video, well, in Discord server, to do a network reset in the settings. I'm going to show you how to do it, where it's located, and what it does. Let's get started. Well, first off, here in the Windows computer, go down here by your clock and right click on your internet icon, which could be the Wi-Fi icon or your Ethernet plug if you're hardwired or plugged in via cable. You want to right click on it and open network and internet settings. You'll have this here come up. Let me move this over a little bit, scroll up. And here, have several different options here. How to check and make sure your Ethernet adapter is installed is go to change adapter options. If you have an icon here for Ethernet, that means your Ethernet icon is working. If you have a Wi-Fi icon, that means your Wi-Fi card is working. It's detected. For this PC, I'm hooked up via Ethernet. You can also go in and make sure your IP address settings and everything's correct by going and right click on these, which I'm going to just do for Ethernet. Right click, go to status. This will give you the connection rate, your little bit of info about this. If you have any trouble, this here would be a good place to screenshot and send to the server. There's a button here labeled details. Your IP address, most of your IP addresses, if you're connected to a router or a modem, they'll start out with the IP address 192. This, just for safety reasons, do not give this IP address out to anybody. Except if your computer, if the two numbers, the first two numbers is 192.168, you're fine, because that is a local IP address that your router is giving you via DHCP, or if it's inside the router, if it's set up for static. So, but this here might be important, you might want to give, but just make sure your IP address starts with those. But if you have any issues with they're not being detected, then that means you're going to have to install drivers. This is not the video for you. So just make sure they're showing up here before you proceed. Now, where it's located at to reset your network is actually, you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page and click on Network Reset. What Network Reset does, it uninstalls your network drivers for Wi-Fi and Ethernet, or whatever one. Now, to reinstall the drivers, before you click on that, I recommend to be able to either have some kind of way to connect your PC to the internet via Ethernet or some other means, like maybe a hotspot. But make sure it's something where on your cell phone, if you can tether it via USB tethering or something like that, because if you are working on a Wi-Fi connection and if you network reset your Wi-Fi portion, it's going to uninstall your Wi-Fi drivers. Your computer has to be able to connect to the internet to be able to re-download your Wi-Fi drivers. And if it can't get on the internet, how's it going to get the drivers? So you have to have some kind of a backup connection to be able to connect to the internet, in which we recommend an Ethernet connection, because Ethernet just simply works just by plugging it in right out of the box. So once you click on Network Reset, you'll have an option come up, explain to you that It's to reset all your network adapters, VPN clients, if you have set up in Windows, networking, yeah, yada yada yada. I'll just let you read it, whatever. And the only thing you have to do is click reset now. Your computer should restart once you hit this. So reset now. Are you sure you want to reset your network settings? It's making absolute sure. Are you sure? So press yes. And it's basically giving you a prompt telling you, hey, your computer's going to sign out, whatever. Just close out and just restart your computer from this point on. Go ahead and save everything. You have 5 minutes to do so if that shows up or whatever. Or if your computer might just go ahead and just restart now. Shut down your computer as you normally would. Just start, power, shut down, restart, whatever. And let your computer restart. When you're back up to this stage, this is when you connect your backup internet connection, such as Ethernet or hotspot, whatever. It's just your computer has to be connected to the internet in some means so that your computer can automatically get your drivers for your network adapter to reinstall. Now, if there's some cases to where your network drivers won't automatically reinstall, which you have to actually get on the internet and re-download them from your manufacturer's website. How to find out your manufacturer's model, your make and model of your computer, because some computers is a custom built, like for example iBuyPower. They don't make an iBuyPower motherboard. It's usually just iBuyPower slapped on the case with some other kind of hardware in the inside. Maybe it's from MSI, Asus, Gigabyte, etc., etc. You have to find out what's inside of your computer, which that's for another video, which I'll show you how to do just by finding the video. But for now, hopefully this leads you on the right path. Hopefully this fixed your problem. Have a good one. This is Spyro.